couldn't Nutrien make application on their own?
I think they could possibly do this. You know, I mean, there's a lot of paperwork that goes with this to even fill out the application, but in this thing, it talks about who will be the sponsor or something like that. But it is issued to counties for the information letter.
Well, I think our dilemma is, what project do we pick that will benefit the majority or more people? Yikes, I don't know.
And just from what everybody's saying, maybe we're best wait until spring or something like that, and if this program comes out, but it's just a narrow window if they open it up. A month, the time we advertise and ask for applications, who'd be interested?
Yeah.
But I guess I'm still having issues with the fact that, okay, if private industry can do this on their own, why aren't they? Why are we involved?
Well, because they want county,
Right, and, okay, it's a county road.
the county match.
It
No,
could be.
there shouldn't, if private industry can do it, there shouldn't be a county match.
Yeah.
It's an option. The county can do the private match, but in this case, I wasn't interested in doing,
I kind of agree.
you know, them kind of dollars.
Yeah.
But I'd have to do something with the base. So
Would it be too late to put it in the paper for 1 week or so, or till the next meeting, and
It'll be over.
It'll be
be
passed.
over?
The next
October
meeting's
11th,
15th.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm assuming your project would have to be specific and detailed when you submit it, but you wouldn't even know if you're awarded the money until next spring,
Well, no, I think they'll find out the award money in probably a month
really.
to see if you'd be selected. But I think the majority of the money's probably going to go to eastern Kansas.
Oh, you know it is.
Because the industries are popping up left and right, and they probably want a road put in to their place too.
I'm having trouble with it. Because it's going to have the appearance that somehow we were benefiting just one business, and no one else had the chance or the opportunity to compete for it.
And I guess, you know, kind of on the similar thing, maybe Cheyenne County Feeders or something, you know, they may even be
Yeah,
interested.
you can think of a
in
lot of places that would benefit by this program. It's just too bad that we don't have more time to make it known.
Okay.
So what you're saying is you don't think we should apply for it? It's not going to cost the county, right?
I was thinking we need to do the preliminary work.
Yeah, he's talking about putting a base in there, which is going to be, we're going to be spending county money.
Plus, you're gonna have to take care of the upkeep later years, I would imagine.
And that's something that would have to be hashed out too.
At this point in time, given just this short window of opportunity, I'm kind of against it. Especially if, like Leslie said, if Nutrien can make their own application without us.
Well, we'd still be involved in it.
Yeah, you're still going to have to be involved in it. That's true. I don't know. I guess I just don't understand it fully.
It says on this eligible applicants, it says projects typically will be administered by a local unit of government. Non-government applications also will be considered.
So they're giving a priority to.
But That's with the county doing the cost share.
Sure. Roger?
Nutrient Ag, the one that built the hangar up here.
No.
No, but he does work for Nutrien Ag.
But there again, if we have the opportunity to, yeah, it's their time limit that's tripping us.
I just don't understand enough about it and don't feel like
That's
I've
kinda
had
the way
the
I am.
time to look it through to understand it all.
So maybe we'd be best to say if Nutrien wants to apply for that themselves
And
We can
if they're
send-
awarded, then they can come in and,
and work with us?
yes, I think that's a better answer.
Right, I mean, they could make application for it, but then we're gonna have to be careful with what work the county is providing to accomplish this project. Is that gonna be negotiated too? Is that gonna be a part of the
It'd have to be.
expense of the application? Is that they reimburse the county? There's a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well, in any event,
I had some people talk to me about the road we did in Bird City by
By the Thresher Show?
the Thresher Show, but at the same time, they said if they paid, for it, they could understand it, but they just wanted to, let us know that, like we're giving favoritism to someone.
and it has that appearance. Shall we go ahead and allow Nutrien to apply, make the application?
I don't think that's your call. If they're gonna do it as an
Well,
individual.
that's true.
That's their call.
But still, it's going to wind up back on us because Dave's still going to have to come back in and do the base for that road.
Well, it needs to be with the condition or the qualification that if the county is going to be expending any monies to accomplish this project, that those may be negotiated and be required to be reimbursed. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm not either.
like I said, I'm trying to think this through as quickly as I can, given that we just got it and we've got October 11th, but I've got a gazillion questions about the whole program.
Well, if they applied for it and received it, and then they couldn't negotiate something with us, they don't have to keep that. They could send it back, right?
Correct. Yeah, they can deny the application, but if they was awarded, they'd have to come to us, and then we'd probably have to figure out what cost it's going to do to improve the base and who's paying for it,
Yeah.
what's the continual maintenance on this project, and
Yeah.
a lot of negotiations have to be.
That's what I'm saying. I think the first hurdle would be for them to apply for it, either receive it or not, and then if they did get it, and we couldn't work out something between the county and them, they can return that
Yes.
back to them, saying, well, it didn't work out. I'd rather see that happen than not get anything done.
Well, that kind of takes the pressure off of us too, because they made the application, not us. And they're going to have to negotiate the deal with us upon awarding. If they're awarded, their money, then they're going to have to come in and negotiate with us on
Yeah.
what we need.
And that's why I say this way, if we can reach an agreement with them, that's fine, and if we can't, they just have to return
And
them,
then they still have the option to go ahead and pay for
everything themselves.
the
or
entire
return
thing
the funds.
themselves. I'm in favor of going that way. If you want to talk to Rod and say, hey, if you want to make this application, go for it. But with the understanding that if you're awarded this project, you're going to have to come in and talk to the commissioners and yourself and determine cost and cost shares and that type of thing.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable to everybody?
That makes sense to me.
All right.
Okay, you got another problem here. Read the bottom paragraph and work your way up on these emails.
That's right to the point. Is January 1 a reasonable,
I'm sorry?
is January 1 a reasonable time
Yes.
frame?
But don't we have to take into consideration the reason that we're having a major issue right now is corn harvest?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's saying. We will have to trim the cedar trees right away.
Right.
And I
is that-
actually
is
need
that
to go down and
30-foot
measure
header
it,
gonna
see
be-
how true this is, so.
Yeah, but is that 30 foot, was it 30 or 36 foot?
30 foot's what
30
he's
foot
needing.
header gonna make it through there if you just trim the trees?
I think so. It'd be an ugly appearance, like Norm said, but you do have the authority to do that, even though the trees are planted on off right away.
But and when they encroach into the right of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would cut them, the county would cut them and then pass the bill on to them, is that what you're saying?
No.
I think he's just saying
Yeah,
the county
that's
needs
all
to
of it.
cut them.
But then another question that needs to be answered is, with the pruning that's gonna be done on them, is it gonna kill them with as much as needs to be cut off?
Run that all by me again.
Well, I mean, you're gonna be pruning those trees. I mean, and I, having not been out there, how much is going to be cut off and how is that gonna affect the existing tree? Is it gonna do a lot of damage to the tree whereby it may die? Or is it just a matter of snip, snip?
I think what Norm wants me to do, if it's planted 3 feet on his side, we can actually trim that
You're
close
cutting it
if
right to
wanted.
the right of way,
Yeah.
which would probably kill the tree.
It probably wouldn't on cedar, but it'd be ugly.
Yeah. But the property in question is involved in this bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no clear owner of the property right now anyway.
I mean, I hate it. I hate to see trees die, especially out here, because once you get them established and such. But the easier answer here is move the fence line.
Only been
That's the easier
told to move
answer,
it,
is to get
correct?
the fence. I mean, that is the true blatant violation here, is that fence line, because it's right up against the road. If you get it back on the right of way, problem solved.
Because then the trees would literally be
They'd
in the
be all
right
right
of way.
then, yeah.
They'd be all right.
And that's what Norm was suggesting. I need to probably call the landowner, tell him if he doesn't move this permanent fence back.
There you go.
We are forced to go in and trim this, but come January, we are gonna be taking that permanent fence out.
Yeah.
If nothing's done.
And
There you
where
go.
is this?
Going southeast.
We sent this letter a few years ago. You started to say something, I think.
But I was just gonna say, they've been notified years ago that they needed to move the fence.
In fact, there's a phone pedestal that is in his pasture since he's went out around it.
Well, I agree with Dave's approach. Let's contact the landowner and say, hey, this is what's going to happen if you don't get this fence moved.
Right, but that's not how the emails were reading to me. The emails were that we're gonna go in there and we're gonna trim it. We're
Right,
gonna put a
he's
deadline
talking
on
about
it
the ultimate
to-
solution.
To move the fence, and the option of, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get a hold of them and say, okay, here's what's gonna happen if X, Y, and Z is not
Yeah, and
done.
you just need to point out, this is the easiest fix.
Yeah,
That was in 15.
yeah.
Well, it needs to be addressed, but at the same time, you can get a combine through there. You usually take your header off and go. It's just two neighbors not getting along.
It's an inconvenience and we're allowing a problem.
Yes, we are, but it
And
can
it needs
be.
to stop as far as that
It needs
goes.
to be stopped,
Yeah.
but
Well, it just
he can get his
complicates.
combine over there and harvest his crop.
Well, his other option is to go down the highway and he didn't want to do that. And his point is, you know, if I have corn,
Like I said, it's two neighbors not getting along, but they've got to be taken, it has to be taken care of.
Right, and the fence does need to be there.
But as far as getting his crop harvested, there's no problem.
Well, let's start with the notification.
Yep, another one.
Yeah,
okay, first off, I probably need to go measure it, make sure this is correct.
right, yeah.
And then I need to visit with him if it's narrower than what I think he can get through with, need to tell him, we're gonna trim trees
Yeah.
or get your fence moved.
yeah.
And then I'm still gonna have to send this letter, or send a letter that says, by January 2020, you need to have this all out of here.
I agree.